is Khoirunnisa. I am a student from Pancasakti University, Bekasi. I will explain you about education in the US. Education in the United States of America is provided in public, private, and home schools. State government set overall educational standards, often mandated standards that for K-12 public school system and supervised. Usually 12 a part of regions, state, college, and university. The bulk of the $1.3 trillion in the funding comes from state and local governments, with federal funding accounting for only about $200 billion. Private schools are generally free to determine their own curriculum and staffing policies, with voluntary accreditation available through independent regional accreditation authorities. Although some state regulation can apply. 2013, about 87% of school-age children that's below higher education attend state-funded public school. About 10% attend tuition and foundation-funded private schools, and roughly 3% were homeschooled. By state law, education is compulsory over an age range starting between 5 and 8 and ending somewhere between age 16 and 18, depending on the stage. This requirement can be satisfied in public school, state certified private school, or an approved homeschool program. In most schools, compulsory education is divided into 3 levels: elementary school, middle or junior high school, and high school. Children are usually divided by age group into grades ranging from kindergarten 5 to 6 years old and first grade 6 to 7 years old for young children up to 12th grade 17 to 18 years old as the final year of high school. There is also a large number and wide variety of publicly and privately administered college and university throughout the country. Post-secondary education divided into college as the first tertiary degree and graduate school. Higher education includes extremely widely and selective universities, public research universities, private liberal arts college, historical black college and university, community college, for profit college, and many others kind and combination of institution college. Enrollment rates in the United States have increased over the long term. At the same time, student loan debt has also risen to $1.5 trillion, according to a 2016 report published by the U.S. News and World Report of the top 10 colleges and universities in the world. 8 are American, the other 2 are Oxford and Cambridge in the United Kingdom. The goals of the American education system generally formulated in 5 points as follows: to achieve unity in diversity, B. to develop democratic ideals and practice, C. to assist individual development, D. to improve the social condition of the community, and E. to declare national progress. Beyond these 5 goals, the United States develops a vision vision and mission: free education for school-age children for a period of 12 years of early education, and the cost of education is relatively cheap for higher education levels. Management education in the U.S. was developed based on aspiration and the needs of the state community and local government. This was done considering that the U.S. is a country with a decentralized system, and the national, federal, or central level one department is formed, namely the federal education. So even in the American education system, school is the responsibility of the local government. The Ministry of Education provides national leadership to answer important issues in education America. For this department is headed by a cabinet secretary equivalent. The task of this department is to carry out all government policy federal education sector at all levels of government and for all levels of education. However, because most of the authority and responsibility for education has been handed over to the state and local government, then the Federal Department of Education only runs monitoring and supervision on. From the description of the education policy taken by the American government United States, of course there are many things that might be taken from different sides. If it is good to be used as a reference in order to improve quality education system in our country, it turns out that it has become a culture that it is deeply rooted in U.S. history, that education is a duty for family and society. Therefore, the community does not want education is regulated by the central government, even by state governments, pemerintah part, even by local governments. People feel they have a very strong right to determine what education system will be most appropriate for their society. They consider the challenge faced by every community is not the same, so the education system is also not may not need to be equated from one city to another, between one stage with another stage. We see there are still too many problems and dissatisfaction around this educational issue, but as a nation that big and old, they are very experienced in responding quickly and precisely in overcoming problems that arise. Of course, this character has become an American culture that we need to learn to take advantage of. Nevertheless, there is a certain pattern of education in the USA, which comprises into three types of school: public school, private elementary school, and private secondary school. Only public schools are free and they have their own system in each stage. Private schools, depending on the area, require a certain fee. Elementary education is available from the age of 6 or 7. Education in the USA drastically differs from many other countries. There are 50 states in the country and each of them has its own peculiarities, so the national system varies from stage to stage. The main school subjects at this stage are English, arithmetic, natural science, history of the USA, geography, physical training, and several others. Besides learning English, many school children choose to study different foreign languages such as French, German, Spanish, Russian, Italian, each other. Children study at elementary school till they are 16. After that, they can go to secondary school, which is also known as high school. Many high schools offer selective subjects for class students who want to enter a specific college or university after school graduation. The majority of American pupils continue their studies after school. Some go to the college, some to the university. Studying at college lasts for 4 years, and after that the student gets a bachelor's degree. Studying at university might take 4 or more years. After 4 years, the students also get a bachelor's degree in arts or science. Some students who wish to continue studying go on for a master's degree. Studying at American colleges and universities requires certain tuition fees. The establishment of public school in America. Educational institutions in the U.S. reflect the nation's basic values, especially the ideal of equality of opportunity. From elementary school to college, Americans believe that everyone deserves an equal opportunity to get a good education. Americans reform the principle of equality by making school open all classes of Americans and by financing the school with tax money collected from all citizens. The Standards Movement, international comparison of education, have revealed that in general, American students do not perform as well in math, science, and other subjects. The federal government has set national codes for education which include standards for early childhood, elementary, secondary, and adult education. To ensure that standards are met, the federal government now requires no testing and pass a series of examinations. Might be enough from the explain. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching, and see you next time.